Hey traders, this is Ron Haydat Market Tamer. Happy Monday. Hope your week is off to a great start. As always, nothing in this presentation shall constitute a recommendation to buy or sell any security. Trading stocks and options involves risk, and specific financial issues should always be addressed with your financial advisor. We'll kick off here with the SPY, which I have a long-term bullish position in. It was down about 1/3% today. It's holding right at the 20-day EMA, which is the red line. If it gets a little lower, we'd look to the 50-day in orange. That would be in the next support level, and then we're back into the old trading range. But for right now, the overall outlook for the multi-week trend is still bullish. On the dailies, we're starting to see a little bit of cracking, but a little more down needs to happen before we start targeting that 50-day right there. How about the diamonds? By the way, if I sound a little under the weather tonight, I am. Somehow I managed to catch a cold in the summertime. A little bit ironic. Here is the DIA. They did have a little bit of a tougher day. They did crack the 20-day today in red. They're going to be back inside this box now. So target is 50-day in orange and then the 200-day in purple. The IWM, which is the Russell 2000, it also had a little bit of a tough day, losing just over 0.5%. But even though it's below multiple moving averages here, we're still caught in this overall trading range. So nothing new there. And then here is the MDY, which are your mid caps. They were also down 0.5%. Again, cutting through multiple moving averages, but we're back into the old trading range. All right, let's go take a look at some other stocks here. Here's Overstock.com. There was some, news and talk about them, being a blockchain Bitcoin type stock. It fueled a huge rally going into January. But on Friday, we had the earnings gap up, and then it closed at the lows of the day. But the candle is black because it's still closed above the previous day's close. Now, I've been watching Overstock for a potential breakout. We did have an attempt at a breakout here, but then we came right back down. So what needs to happen now is, today was a 14% sell-off. We need to get back above the earnings gap high and the 200-day. So I could put alerts up there around 48, 49 bucks. Until then, this thing is just dead weight sideways. Now here is GameStop, GME. This particular stock has had a lot of trouble with the 200-day moving average. We ran right up into it in June. I talked about it before here in July, and finally we're starting to get above it. I still want to see a higher close, and I want to take out these highs. So I'm going to say 16 bucks. A close above 16, maybe now we're talking, then a gap fill up to 19 could be potentially on the table. That's something like a 15% potential pop. Sina, S-I-N-A. This stock just continues to get beat up, down over 4.5% today. This thing has fallen like a rock, and I think I showed you guys this before. But before I even do that, here's the earnings move. We gapped up, closed lower, and now we're rolling down. If I go back and I share all the data on SINA, you can see that the next support level is down in the 60s, which is where the 50-period moving average is. This is a monthly chart. And even if I make this, let me see if I just go back here, 5 years, you'll see a similar thing. Now on the weekly, the purple line is the 200 period. That 60 area also coincides with this shelf support from 2016, 2017. That's what we're looking at. That's over, 10+%, 15% lower downside targets. Now, just heads up real quick here. I'll keep this video short. Walmart and Nvidia have earnings on Thursday. Now, here's a one-year daily of Walmart. They're going to report in the morning. That means by Wednesday night, if I want protective puts in place for my stock, that's the last chance I can do it. I'm hoping Walmart doesn't get a big gap up, so it gives us the chance to go back and fill that gap, because this is a tremendous 5-6 month consolidation period. There's a lot of open real estate to the upside. If it breaks down and gaps lower, there's going to be a little support around 83 and then down here towards 75. So hopefully that earnings move is not going to be too big to the upside if it happens. And Nvidia, stock's just been on an amazing multi-year run, sitting here at 265. Nvidia often gaps. Right now it does have a seasonal bias to the upside, so we'll see how that plays out. But I would still want protective options in place for if I had Nvidia. I would not want to just hold that stock and hope for the best, because if a company just happens to come out and lay a goose egg, you can see a big drop. But from a seasonality perspective, it goes up about 3/4 or more of the time over the next couple weeks. So we'll see how that one plays out. With that, I wish you all the best, and I'll catch you in the next video.